Good morning, Cindy here, and today I am doing a very exciting project. I am at the home of my son and daughter-in-law, and they live in North Austin, and they just finished a really big renovation on their home. And during the renovation, their front yard was pretty torn up from all the construction, and now it's time to put in a new yard and some beautiful plants. And they've asked me to come up with a list of plants and locations that they can put these plants in. And we've had a lot of fun picking out plants and picking out, her favorite colors and which plants are going to go where. And that will come later in the video. But right now, I think the most important step is terracing. I don't know if you can tell, but this lot is quite a slope. And so that is not going to work out the next time it rains. Those little rivulets, little rivers, will take all of their new soil and new grass just right down the hill. So the first thing they're going to do is terrace. So this limestone, this is edging, and it's about, it's 4 inches in depth, and it's about, 16 inches long. And they are going to put that in. First, they're going to push some of the soil back using a big backhoe, and they're going to raise the soil height in the areas where it's low, and then they're going to edge it with this. They're going to hold back that soil with this limestone, and it'll probably be two, one on top of the other, to get the terrace up, the level of the land up. And then they'll have a higher section of yard and a lower section of yard. And then at that point, we're going to come in and put in a lot of drip irrigation everywhere. And on almost half of their yard, they're going to put in a really pretty rock. And in the other half, they're going to put in some grass. So let me get a little closer and show you some of the areas that I get to put plants in. So when you walk up to the front door, this section here will be grass, and then there's going to be a big section of pretty rock along the front, and the other half of the yard, the left half of the yard, is going to be rock. And then there will be 3 or 4 of the big red yucca plants up here in the rock. This will all be grass. Around the trees, they're going to have a circle, oval kind of gardens, and they're going to fill that with mulch. And then we're going to put in some nice plants under those trees. And then this is a French drain. They had to put this in when they were constructing the home. They realized that, the water comes rushing down this driveway, and they've continued the French drain right here in this garden with this little dry creek, and then it goes underneath the sidewalk and continues on. So that will be a really nice landscaping feature that I'm sure they're going to enjoy. There'll be grass here and grass right up here. Now this section is going to be a fun section to fill with lots of pretty native plants. So we're going to have evergreens, 1, 2, 3 evergreen shrubs against the wall. And those are going to be Rose Creek abelias. And then all in here, we're going to put in some lower native plants with lots of color. And then this is some very unhappy roses, and we're going to pull those roses out and put in some native plants that are going to be a lot happier there. And then we're going to put in here, we're going to put some Texas sage that will grow up nice and big. And so a couple of weeks have gone by, and we have made a lot of progress on this yard. As you can see, they're laying the grass here. We're going to have a very small part of this yard be grass, because in Central Texas, water is an issue, and we have a lot of 100-degree days and a lot of drought days. So this makes a lot of sense. What we have done here is put in a drip irrigation system, and it's underground tubing that has holes in it about every 12 inches. And every time they turn this on, the water will stay underneath the grass and the moisture will stay in instead of evaporating with like the overhead sprinklers do. It's a really smart idea here in Central Texas. Now let me show you what else is going on here. Can you believe the difference? It's amazing what some rock can do. So this section here will be the grass. They're really keeping it way down. The middle section is a really pretty brown rock. And then we have nice big ovals around the trees that we are going to be able to put some plants in. And then this section here is has 3 of the Texas sage. Beautiful. Pretty hard digging over here, but they are using a jackhammer and doing amazing work in our hard, rocky clay soil. We put in the 3 Texas sage here, and under this tree, I was lucky enough to get to pick all the plants for them. And I chose things that are super tough and can handle drought and extreme heat, and they do get quite a bit of sun. So this is Jerusalem sage, and it looks pretty scraggly right now because it was just planted. And this is Mexican sage, and these get nice and big, and I will put pictures up so that you can see what they'll look like. And here is the soft leaf yucca, and it just stays pretty much just like this. And then a Salvia greggii, which is, this is going to get quite a bit of sun. And then that is repeated in this oval over here. Same things. So 2 of the Mexican sage, 1 Jerusalem sage, and 1 softleaf yucca. And then the terracing is really cool. What they did is they put this limestone brick pavers right here in the center, and they fill this whole section here with dirt, and they're going to put the same tubing with the holes, the drip irrigation, and then grass will go here. Same thing will be repeated here. But because they terraced this, if you see in the earlier part of the video, this was quite a slope, and that's not going to be an issue anymore. And then this is the dry creek that goes under the sidewalk and under here, and you see there is a French drain back there. So this is going to work out just beautifully whenever we do get a rain. Now in this section today, I am planting things for the shade. This is a shady spot, and it only gets 2 hours of sunshine every day. And so we have chosen very specific shade plants. So this is river fern. I have one on each end. And then these are Acuba japonica. This is the gold dust variety. For some reason, this one isn't as golden as this one, but you can see the little gold flecks. And then this is a firecracker fern. So ferns usually do really well in the shade. And these orange firecrackers should also bring in pollinators, and they will stay orange even in the full shade. And then this is a chili pecan. I have 2, one on either side, and they don't mind the shade. They are so tough, they will even grow in the shade. So we have a nice mix of things here, and I'm going to keep on working and get them planted. I was going to get up close so you can see how they're looping this hose. This hose is drip irrigation hose, and it has holes about every 12 inches, and they will lay the grass right on top of that. I'm adding a still photo here so you can see how great the grass looks after completion. So we have tried really hard to come up with a landscaping plan that is going to use a lot less water, and we are still going to have beautiful plants. We're going to have 40% grass. Let me put the grass here behind me. 40% grass and about 60% rock. And we still have some nice areas where we can plant some pretty nice xeriscape plants. And then over here, right by the front door, we are going to have a lot of color. These are going to grow nice and tall. These are abelia, and they're going to get about 3 to 4 feet tall. We have lantana, and we have some of this nice skull cap that's going to have a pink pop to it. And so it still is going to be nice and colorful, but we have chosen all Texas native plants that can take the incredible summer heat that we have around here and the extreme cold. So I can't wait to see what this all looks like when it's mature. Right now, they're all babies. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you can come back again and let me know if you have done brand new landscaping before and how it went. We do have a landscaper who is doing most of the work. I'm just, telling them what plants we want to use. But it's a lot of work and a lot of expense. So you want to make sure that when you do it right, and you only have to do it one time. So thank you again. I hope you can get out in your garden today, and leave a comment below if you have any questions or want to know more. Alrighty, see you later. Bye-bye.